I wasn't going to do a live today, but my computer's doing some weird stuff. Hey, Cindy. Yeah, I'm doing, excuse me. Oh, boy. Well, where is that? Here it is. I just eat a baked potato and I got some butter on my desk. Holy crap. I turned away for a minute and looked like I got 6 or 7 in there. Yeah, I've still got a cough. Not bad. I hope it ain't going to be a dumb thing that I'm fixing to do. Hey, Petite. Ellie, you doing all right there? How's things on Smith Island? I can't, folks, I've decided there ain't no way, and I figure I've got a chance in snowball in hell of getting that stimulus, because I've read up on this stuff and it plainly says if you got any back taxes or in arrears on payments or any of that stuff, you won't get. They're gonna take out of that stimulus what you owe. I don't have back taxes, but I've explained to y'all back in about 2005 or 6, we had a hurricane come through and our roof got severely damaged, and FEMA paid for us fixing that to the tune of 20, let's see, 10 and 10, 20, 25, almost $30,000. They sent us 4 checks. They sent us one for 3,000 and something. Then about a week later, we got another one for 5,000 and something. Then about a month later, we got another one for $10,058. Well, we was really happy then, because then we seen, well, we can get this fixed now. But then, excuse me, after that, another one came for another 10,000 and something. So, in hindsight, there. Hey, MK, love you, dear. I hadn't seen you in a while. But they're saying that last check for 10,000 and something was an overpayment. But they didn't tell us about that till about a year later, after everything was repaired, said, and done. And we did a bang up repair job, because we could afford it. We had the money. So now, a year later, they tell us we overpaid and we want our money back. Well, I don't have that. By that time, I was retired, and then pretty soon after that, my wife passed away, and I didn't have the money to repay it. So then they said, well, they was going to offset the money from my Social Security so much a month. But my Social Security, as all of you know, ain't squat. It's not even close to survival everything. Matter of fact, if I wasn't with my daughter and my grandkids, there's no way I could get along on that. I only right now it went up a little bit. I'm at $808 a month, and I pay my daughter. I contribute $650 a month to that to the household. In other words, I call it paying rent. So when I pay $650, that leaves me only $150 and change to do whatever else I got to do. You know, buy clothes or anything that I can't that I have to have, which ain't much. So, but they were going to start taking payments out of my thing, but I didn't meet the threshold for them to be able to take anything because my Social Security was so low. They could. I had to be making a certain amount a month for them to be able to offset money towards that, and I didn't meet that threshold, so they never took nothing out. But if something comes up, a credit or something like it did one year there, I was still filing, and I got at that time I was claiming my grandson, my oldest one, because we raised him, you know, from childbirth, and I got a credit for him, and I was going to get a little bit of money back, but I didn't get it because FEMA took it. Well, after that, I thought, well, I just told my daughter, you need to start claiming him because I'm not going to be able to claim any credits or anything on him. So that was the last time I filed because I wasn't going to get any kind of, it's a party at Russell's house. Yes, it is. But wait, you see what I'm talking about, thinking about doing, and I'm thinking about doing it in the morning in the AM, which means if I screw up, I won't be able to go online till I don't know when. But I just got to looking at all these computers and stuff, and all that. I've got about 10 or 12 laptops. I've got several desktops, and some of them will actually boot up. And well, I ain't just now thinking about it. I've been planning this for several days because I already got some stuff ordered. I got some new RAM. I got this one I was looking at. It's not very old. At one point in time, it had Windows 10 on it. And I'm running on Windows 7 on this one. And I started doing some research and everything, and I can put up to 16 megs of RAM on that computer. And I can put 2 terabytes of memory on it. Well, I ordered the RAM, and I hope I ain't screwed up. But I ordered the RAM. Guys, if I'm hello nuts, I'm hanging in there. Guys, I'm not looking at your comments. I'll look at them later. I'm just telling you what I'm going to be doing. Hey, Christy, all you guys, I just love all of you so much. Even my newer ones, like I got a some of my newer ones, like Petite Fireball. She's kind of new, you know. I found her through Chris and Holly show, and I'm so glad for that. I hadn't looked at Chris and Holly show in a while, and somebody told me that they have found a house. Well, I hope it works out for them. I really do. The thing about computers, really, I'm not as sharp as I used to be. Now, in 1994, 95, 96, 97, on up to 2099 or to 1999, I worked on computers. I was buying them off of eBay and reconditioning them and reselling them, and I was making pretty good money. And I won't say I was so good, but I was okay at it. It was good enough that me and this friend of mine, which also we had about 10 computers that we set up at the community center, and we was teaching computer classes to people that wanted to be able to go online and stuff. And back then it was AOL and You've Got Mail and all that good stuff. But anyway, I've already jumped in. I have this one, but the thing is, there's a certain part that I can't have, but I'm going to have to get out of this computer that I'm using now. And right at the minute, it's working. Today, for a couple of hours, it wasn't working. And this morning, first thing, it wouldn't even boot up. So I'm scared to death that I'm going to learn, I'm going to lose it and not have anything to fall back on. So I'm going to build this computer, and it's a Dell, and it's the Dell that I've got now. It's an Optiplex. Well, the one I'm rebuilding is an Optiplex. But if I can get it done, it will have 16 megs of RAM. It will have 2 terabyte hard drive and all that, a lot of other good stuff, and it'll be a Windows 10 operating system, professional. So it'll be way more than what I've got, providing I can get it going. But I'm just, I don't, my mindset, and I don't know if it's because I'm as old as I am or not, but Lord have mercy, I believe if maybe something can go wrong, I'm not in the maybe mode. I'm in it. Sooner or later, it's going to go wrong. And what baby? Oh, she's talking about Chris and Holly. Well, I hope they got a home, but I remember one time before they all of a sudden they was in a house, and that didn't work out so well. But I don't. They're saying now they got a lease or something, so at least that's what I heard. I hadn't looked to see, but I hope it works out. But I hope that's what. And some people does this on their phone. I can't, folks. I can't. Where is that stupid thing? I'm gonna show you what this thing will do. Now I'm gonna say I need to make an emergency phone call. All right, I'm gonna go. Now that popped up. I'm gonna go to apps. and I'm gonna go to. Well, I was gonna go like I was gonna make a 911 call, but let me see. Maybe I can. There it is. I'm gonna push phone. Then I'm gonna push the dial pad. And guess what? It says, "Hi, I'm your Google Assistant." I didn't ask for no dang Google Assistant. I wanted to dial the dang number. You know, I don't need all that crap on here. Yeah, hi, I'm your Google Assistant. Tell me how I can help. Listening. What if I tell it to dial 911? Uh, Turn that off. See, uh, I'm turning it off. I, I can't get the dang thing to work. I hate, you know, used to you had a flip phone, had buttons, and you push the number you want, and then you push send. And lo and behold, it made a dang call. But now, you got to sit here and do all this crap. Uh, and my daughter's trying to talk me into getting a smarter phone. Says that one you got's a cheapo. Well, this one I got a phone service. It doesn't cost me nothing. Uh, so I don't need another one with more stuff that I can't understand. You need positivity. It heals. Don't say it'll go wrong. I hate that other shoe drops. It sucks. But 9 times out of 10 in my life, the shoe has dropped. And the biggest drop in my life was when my son died in that auto accident in 1986. Don't think it can't happen to you. I'm not saying it will, but it can. It can. And if it does, there ain't a dang thing you can do about it except cry about it for years and years and still cry about it. Oh, just, I don't. I don't know why I'm like this. I know I pee and moan about my mama leaving me when I was 10, but the fact is she did. The shoe dropped that day, and it shouldn't have, you know. Uh, the shoe dropped when my son passed away. The shoe dropped when my wife passed away. She was only 63, and I miss her so dang. Actually, and don't take this the wrong way, but I miss her more than I do my son. Uh, because she did everything for me. I mean everything. She had my back. She did everything. And I didn't realize just how much. And I didn't realize what a treasure I had till it was no longer there. I didn't realize what a great son I had till he was no longer there. He was a good boy. And he used to drive me up the walls, boy. He'd go out there. We lived on an acre piece of land where our house was at. And sometimes he would take a machete and go out there and start whacking on trees. That used to tear me up. I know, Cindy. I know, but But this computer thing has got me worried that I'm gonna be with that. And if I lose the computer and I've not got a stimulus to fall back on, uh, I took some of my subscribers have sent me some tips and stuff lately, and they were good ones. And I've invested that money into stuff to rejuvenate this other optiplex that I got. Uh, it's going to take me. I'm really going to have to concentrate. I ain't going to be doing nothing else except working on that. And I've got the parts. They're here. And if I can get it together, it's going to be the best one I've ever had. I've had brand new laptops, but I've never had brand new desktops. I've always built them or bought good used ones that's been refurbished. But that's where I'm at. That's what I'm gonna do. There was something else I was wanting to yap about, but you're a vet. You should get a therapist. You're never too old. It may help. I've got this one therapist, but he's in Richmond, Virginia. And of course, I enjoy the talks with him, but it's sitting in front of a monitor, me and him talking back and forth like here on YouTube, you know. I like the guy. I worry about him. He has some health problems. No, you ain't nuts, dear. No, I'm all right. Well, I'm gonna. I ain't gonna stretch this out. I just want to tell everybody what I was planning on doing, and I've already got that computer in here. It's opened up. I've completely took the motherboard out because it's easier for me to work on it when it's outside of the computer. You know, changing the RAM and stuff like that, and there's a couple of little graphics boards and stuff, and I want to put Wi-Fi in it. So I got, as a matter of fact, I already put the Wi-Fi board on it. But it shouldn't be all that hard. But you know, at Murphy's Law, I'm scared of new technology too. That's why I quit fooling with computers, other than just using them, because it's just too much, you know. Some of these things I can't even figure out how to get the CPU off of them. You know, used to you pull a little lever here and lift it up, and it comes right out. Now there's several things you have to do, and some of them there's several things you have to take out before you can get to it. So there's a lot of the technology just doesn't. What scares me is my slow mind. My mind doesn't work as fast as it used to. And I want to sit down and have a conversation with I want to do conversation with all three of my grandsons, but separate. Just talking, you know, about stuff and trying to get an idea of where their mind's at and how they're thinking about things, and if they'll open up. Now they say they will. Well, I figure the tough one's going to be my oldest grandson. Uh, I think Joey will open up. You know, he's the middle one. He's the one in college. He works at Wawa. And I doubt that I actually lay eyes on him more than 3 or 4 times a week. Jaden and Donovan, I see them every day. And Jennifer, I pretty much see every day. But Joey, he's, working and going to college and all that stuff. And he's just in and out. I never know when he's here and when he's not. Unless it's about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, I know he's probably here. But then he's in bed. But anyway, who is such an ass? Who is an ass? Let's see. Cindy's saying, who? Me too, Cindy. Murphy can kiss my behind. Whoa, what am I missing here? Who's good to your honey? Is that? Oh, I bet I know that. That's about. See, I sit here running my. Yeah, she's talking about her cat. Yeah, I love my pets. I love my baby girl. I wonder if I can get her in my lap. Bailey. Baby. Bailey. Hey, Jay. Let Bailey in. My room's a total mess. I'm in the middle of straightening all that up too, or trying to straighten it up. I've got so much stuff. Did you hear me? Jay. He might be in the bed. Let Bailey in. Oh, come here, baby. Come here, baby. Come here. Come on. Come here. How'd I lose my lights? Well, how did I lose my... Oh, I see how I lost my lights. I see how I lost my lights. Trying to get my dumb dog. And I lost my light. I don't guess you. Come here, baby. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come here. I just want to get you up here now. Now, can you look in the camera? Look around there. You ain't gonna do it. All this trouble for nothing. That's my baby. That's my baby. I'll let you down. Go back. She only wants to lay on my lap on her terms. She don't like my terms. But of course we got the cats too, and I got that black one. I swear that sucker. Well, we got 2 black ones actually. Diamond. He gets up here in my chair, and I don't. He's black, the same color as the chair, and sometimes I actually sit on him. No, I'm not coughing as much. I'm doing pretty good, folks. But I hadn't noticed I wasn't coughing as much. Yeah, I hadn't noticed that either. Anyhow, guys, that's what I'm going to do. And if I don't show up tomorrow with a video, I'm bent over that computer trying to get it to go. Especially when I pull this part out of the one that I'm using. That's what worries me. But I need that part. I need that part to make this one work. And I'm pointing to them, you know, I need that part to make this one work. Actually, well, it's right on the screen for you guys, but for me it looks backwards. But that's what's going on now. Murphy's Law is, you're right. You're right, Willow. It's kind of tough, but sometimes, you know, it's just like my grandson had been running around for months without a spare tire in his car. And I kept telling him, now you keep on doing it, it's going to leave your butt stranded. And guess what? A couple of days ago, he called up his mama. She was in bed there asleep. He was somewhere on the side of the road with a flat tire. And she had to go, holy crap, Cat, look what she just did. Gee whiz. Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy. Well, I know I'll be getting a check from YouTube and sometime in June, because I was only like $10 away from having enough to meet that $100 threshold, and that money there put me way over. Holy crap, Cat. I, 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 oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Cat. And I got your picture. Let me see if I can get it loose. It's sitting on the side of I got your picture right here. It's right there on the side of my filing cabinet. And see, I like your photography too, dear. You know, me and you got something in common there, you know, and I did photography, I guess, for about 5 or 6 years. And, I loved it. And, but of course, I got into a type of photography my wife wasn't too thrilled about. I was making glamour photos for these ladies. Their husband was in the military and they wanted glamour shots, and I did that. I liked doing it. But my wife, she didn't like that at all. She didn't like that at all. And my studio was my 2-car garage that I had converted into a studio, and it was attached to the house. You could actually go in and out of it from in the house. And my wife, she would. It was very uncomfortable because the ladies, if they're doing photos like that, you know, it's just me, the photographer, and the customer. And she don't like the customer doesn't like to start hearing strange noises like my wife coming to the door and peeping around the door to see what's going on. It was kind of embarrassing, but I guess I tried to understand it. Uh, it was my job. It was what I did. And more than one time, the lady was sitting there and doing different poses and stuff, and all of a sudden she'd just stop, like, what was that? And immediately I knew it was my wife slipping around, peeping around the door. And I don't know if it was because she didn't trust. I don't know. Maybe it was just natural for her to be like that. Yes, I got the package, Christy, and the pants fit, and the waiver cookies is already eat. They were good. They were good. I love those waiver cookies like that. But Kat, I thank you so much, dear. You're a sweetheart. Dadgummit. I feel so inadequate sometimes. Yeah, I'll do that, Kat. I'll check your Instagrams and see how it sounds. I reckon I know how to do it. I'm not sure that. What am I doing here? What am I doing? I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to see what. I just missed something right there from Night Night Daubers, stay pilots, have sweet dreams, stay hydrated, do your breathing exercise, take your vitamins. Yeah, I'm taking my vitamins. Wow. I appreciate that so much, Kat. Now I'm trying to see if there's any comments that. Yeah, they was good, Christy. And there's Jerry and Barb. And there's my Jerry and Barb cup. But that's what I was doing this live for. I want to let you guys know what was going on in case I step into a pile of it that I can't get my foot out of. No, I haven't, Fantab. But I will now that you mention it. Now that you mention it, I will. Yeah, I'm going to, Christy. I've got this. I know one thing. I don't even see it right now. I tried using my GoPro White a while ago, and the stupid thing worked. But just as sure as I put that thing on my head and start recording a video and come back in here to try and download it, the file's going to be gone. That's what it was doing. It would take the video, but then all of a sudden, it wasn't there. It wasn't there. So that, I'm just certain that there it is. I laid it up there. There it is. I'm gonna now. Well, it turned on. Now let's see if it'll let me GoPro start recording. Well, it's recording. Now I'll see. I'll check later to see if it's actually working. GoPro stop recording, and it stopped recording. Now GoPro turn off. Now see, it's behaving, but whether it kept that video or not, we'll see. I was losing more videos that way. It is a Kaiser cup. Oh, I call it. What did I call it? I call it something else. It is a Kaiser cup. What did I call it? Hey, I'm almost 80. what did I call it? What did I call it? Oh, that was a Kaiser. It is a Kaiser cup. Oh, I called it a cherry and barb. I get my gifts confused sometimes. I'm old. Oh my goodness. That's gonna make me cough. Well, wait a minute. Sure. Oh well, I'm tired. I'm tired. George Kaiser, Barb and Jury. Good Lord, how that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing. You know, I worked for Walmart for about a year and almost a year and a half, and something, and I was surprised that they're still doing it. But I was talking the other day to a friend of mine that would work there when I did, and he still works there. And a 40-pounder of fish? Uh, Holy crap. A fish? What? Well, what, girl? What kind of fish was it? I'd have been jealous too. I used to love to fish. Dadgum. All right, what was I talking? Oh, about what Walmart did, and they still do it. Uh, in the dairy department, they still go. They still go in the dairy, and when the guy that works in dairy, he has to go out there and check the eggs. He has to open every carton, no matter how many they got out there, and they got a bunch. And if any of them has a cracked egg in it, he takes that whole carton and sets it aside on a cart. And he checks them all. And when he gets done, that cart goes to the back, out of sight, where the compactor's at, and he sits there, opens that compactor, and he grabs a carton like that and throws it in the compactor, you know, and trying to break it up. Of course, the compactor's going to crush it anyway. But back when I worked there, they was doing like 60 dozen a day like that. You know, minimum 60 dozen eggs a day. And 60 dozen is the whole case of eggs. And but they still do it. Rather than pull the cracked egg out and put a good one in, they just dump the whole thing. And they do the same thing. My Amazon package was delivered. That means I got another part for the computer sitting at the front door. Boy, they're doing that late now. It's almost 8:30. But that they do it with milk if it's a leaker, or if it's not out of date, but it'll be out of date, say tomorrow. They dump the milk. They dump the milk and cut the top. They have to keep that top. So they can show it. Same way with the eggs. When they throw them eggs in there, the carton don't go, just the eggs is in it. And they have to keep the carton. They fold it up and sit it in a stack. That way they keep up with how many they're losing. And they do the same thing with the milk jugs, only they keep the top, you know, cut the top. It's got the little lid on it and stuff like that. They do the same thing with packs of bologna and salami and stuff like that. They save the labels, but the rest of it goes in the compactor. and it's such a waste. I just don't understand the reasoning behind that. Why they do that. And sometimes I confess up to it now. They can't fire me again. Sometimes when it was my job to sit out there and throw all them eggs in the dumpster, I would put 5 or 6 in my pocket and take them things home with me. Of course, they'd fire me if they caught me, but they fired me anyway. So, but it just bothered me that they was doing that. But who knows what all else they throw away like that. And I know they do it with a lot of clothes and stuff. There's nothing wrong with them. They're just discontinued. And rather than donate them, compactor. And can't no dumpster divers get in there to get them because it's going in the compactor. Oh, I love fishing. I doubt that I could do my fishing anymore. I was a big fly fisher for rainbow trout up in the mountains. I love that. Of course, I like that lake fishing too. With the we had pike and stuff, and landlocked salmon was up there in that lake. Used to love to sit out there at night, listening to the bullfrogs and catching fish. Loved that so much. And my wife did too. She beat the crap out of me one time fishing, but every time she caught one, I had to net it for her. And she'd start bragging about that. And I said, well, She wouldn't have got them if I hadn't netted them. That's her heart. She loved them. She didn't like them. She wouldn't eat a fish. Never would eat a fish. But she sure loved catching them. Hey, Frugal Granny, I'm feeling great. I really am. I am feeling good. I'm a little bit nervous because I'm going to be overhauling this computer tomorrow and see if I still have the touch. Yeah, I might have to think about stuff a lot longer before when you start messing with the motherboards and all that stuff and pepping them up, and make them run faster than they was designed for and all that stuff. And you got just a whole lot of little, they're not buttons, but they're little slot switches and stuff that has to be set a certain way. And I've already got stuff downloaded that's refreshing my memory a lot. So I may want to make a video of it. I should. But I hadn't fooled with any in a while. Last time I had any major changes on a computer, I took it to a computer guy to do it. And I probably could have did it myself. He charged me $50. Oh boy. Too much tea. But anyway, guys, that's where I'm at. And chat, I sure appreciate that super chat, dear. That was a super chat. I really did. I really do. And I expect there's something over there in my PayPal tip jar. I'll go take a look that I hadn't looked. The cat that I mentioned too, I love photography with kids too. That I love the portraits, but what I love most about it was going to the park with them or something like that, and just doing that really impromptu stuff, Poppy, I bet Willa could help you with it. What with the computer, Christy? It's today. No, tomorrow's Friday, isn't it? I might run over to Publix and get me a mess of catfish. I hadn't had any seafood in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Darlene, where are you going, dear? Company's coming. Okay, you're excused, Darlene. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you, of course. They said they sent debit cards out to veterans and those on disability. They said it looked like junk mail. Wow. I hadn't thought about that. There's Sheila Wilson. Guys, I'm so sorry. Sheila, I'm sorry I haven't sent you your package yet. I just can't get, you know what, maybe I've already started on that computer. I've got 3 packages I need to ship. And one is to Crazy Family, one is to Fantabulous, Mary Beth, and the other one is to Sheila Wilson. And Sheila Wilson is long overdue. It's a prize she won. And she never sent me her address for a long time. And finally, one time when she said something, we were talking about something. I said, you know, you won that thing, but you never, and she didn't know it. And then she sent me the address, and that's the way it's set. It's sitting out there. Matter of fact, I need to change the box. Kat, I appreciate it, dear. I love you. And I'll put my mask on just for you. See you on the flip side. Tired for now. I misunderstood. I'm going to lay down for bed. I just want to drop by and give you a thumbs up for support, Darby. Good night, everyone. Good night, Frugal. Bye, Frugal. All right, guys. I'm starting to kind of want to cough. Anyway, hopefully this time tomorrow night I'll be back on. I don't think I'll have any problem. I'll watch you on my phone and on laptop at the same time. That way, if I have to leave, take you with me. I don't know how to get the stuff on my phone. I don't know that my phone's capable of doing it. It is a Android. An ATE. I thought it was a smartphone. I mean, I can make movies with it and stuff. But every time I try to put something on this phone, it says not enough room. But all right, guys, I'm gonna cut out of here too. Then an hour's long enough. Maybe too long for some people, but I'll get it posted for in the morning. Put some ads on it. Golly, I can't believe Cat did that. Daggone it. And somebody else did too a couple of weeks back. Popped 50 on me, or some that pops 25s on me. That adds up. I wouldn't have had a pot fee in this month if it hadn't have been for that. I really wouldn't have. And these parts that I'm buying for the computer, it's the latest stuff. The thing about, you just can't buy stuff and put it on your old computer. Your old computer and your motherboard has to be able to support that kind of stuff. And all the ones I got would not support it, but I had this one, this Optiplex, and it's only about 2 years old. And it came from a friend of mine that for some reason he wanted like 3 or 4 terabytes of hard drive memory on his, and this one here would only support 2. And 2 terabytes, that's a huge. I've only got 1 terabyte on this thing that I've got, and this maxed out at that. But this one I'm upgrading now, it's got 2 on it, 2 terabytes. But I had to up the RAM. I had to up the RAM from 8 gigs to 16 gigs. So that's a lot of RAM. Most computers you buy right now has only got 8. And the ones that's got 16 and more on it, Them things is running $1,000. Hey, thanks, Jerry and Barb. Thank you so much. God bless you. Oh man. how's Jerry's eyesight? Barb, is it holding or is it still getting worse? I have got to go. Where is it? I run into this guy. He's junking for Jesus, and he he uh he also has a lawnmower business or lawn business where he lawn maintenance. He was cutting grass, and somebody actually had some junk set out there at that time that day, and I pulled up there on my scooter and I started going through it. And he said, Jesus had a reason for me not touching that yet. Said somebody else needed it worse, something to that effect. And he pulled out this card and gave it to me. He says, I junked too. Well, I said, I'll leave. He said, no, sir. First come, first serve. And so we got to talking, and his wife, on the back side is his wife's card, Angel Maids. She does house cleaning and stuff. So I've talked to them several times. You know, I've met a lot of people out like that. I was looking for that, my eye doctor's card, but I do not see it. And he'll probably never know it, but I'm going to give this gentleman a shout out. His name is Ludwig Olson. He was a junior school teacher for I don't know how many years. He was in the Army for a lot of years, but he was also, and he may still be, I don't know, he was a scoutmaster at Troop 563 at Spar United Methodist Church. And that man was a scoutmaster. I mean, it takes a special man to be a scoutmaster and do it right and do it good. And he did it. And his mission from the day a new kid come into his troop was to get that kid all the way through to make Eagle Scout. That was his mission, and he made a lot of Eagle Scouts. He made a lot of Eagle Scouts, and his wife was also a school teacher, and they're both retired now. They both taught over at they taught at Fort McCoy Middle School, and that's where Donovan went to middle school and everything, and that's where Donovan started in Scouts. He started as a Tiger Cub, went all the way through that, Cub Scouts. Then he went into the Boy Scouts and went all the way through that. He was in the Scouts for about 14 years. He didn't make Eagle Scout. I kind of blame myself for that, but he just quit. He just didn't seem to want to do it. And when he hit life, life is the last step before Eagle. But he was a life scout, and he loved it. And he was in there 14 years, and I was the same way. I was there with him 14 years an adult support and a leader, you know. And even when he went from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts, we didn't go to 563 right off the bat. We had another uh, troop there that was 504, and they had a lot of problems. And I wound up as a scoutmaster for about 2 or 3 months with that troop. And I knew it was way out of my league. I didn't have what it took to do that, but I was there. And I decided the troop was doing so bad. I decided, and that was the best move I ever made as far as scouts is concerned. I shut that troop down. I shut that down and notified our sponsors and all that, and notified the Boy Scouts. And then I took all of our equipment that we had, which wasn't a lot, and we went over to 563 where Mr. Olson was at. And we joined that troop, and that was the best move that I ever made as far as anything pertaining to scouts. That man knows his business. And by the way, one of his sons, his oldest son, is an Eagle Scout. Mr. Olson himself was never an Eagle Scout. He never made Eagle. And his next son, Tristan, he made Eagle. Fine young man. And I thought he was going to take over the troop from Mr. Olson. But for some reason, he decided he wanted to go in the Marine Corps. And he's in the Marine Corps, and boy, he looks like a Marine. Fine man. And there was so many boys that come through that, and I feel like maybe, just maybe, I had a little pinch of something to do with the way they did stuff or something. Maybe just that. That's maybe flattering myself. I don't, probably not, but there was so many of them. One of them's a deputy sheriff. And they're very accomplished in their lives, what they're doing, you know. And I just believe it was the scouts. And maybe the parents had a lot to do with it. You know, parents have a lot to do with the way their kids turn out. But the scouts nowadays, I'm not too keen on it. They now made it where a girl can be a Boy Scout, and which I can't understand that. How can a girl be a Boy Scout? She's a well, I won't say stinking girl. She's a girl. They got Girl Scouts. Why do they want to be a Boy Scout? I don't get it. I don't get it. It was Boy Scouts. That's what the man started it for all them years ago. And now, and I see all kind of problems on campouts and stuff. A lot of people don't want to admit it, but there's problems there, and sooner or later, it's going to come back and bite them in the butt. Sooner or later, I mean, they're boys, they're teenagers, the girls, teenagers. So, and I mean, when you're camped out, you're out in the woods, you're in tents, and you're not, it's just too many ways for you to be unchaperoned. I mean, the parents or the leaders is there and all that stuff, but I don't see it working, you know. But you know, I was going to ask Christy about Alan. Alan could have been in the Boy Scouts. They got special troops for guys like him, and they really exceed. They really do. But anyway, that's my rant about Boy Scouts. I'm going to get out of here. I done talked longer than I thought I was. I'm going to be a computer tech. I may be teching it tonight. No, I got some stuff I have to watch tonight, so I ain't gonna chance it. But gosh, Cat, dadgone, I appreciate it so much. Jerry and Barb, I appreciate it so much. Uh, it. I ain't gonna get all teary eyed about it, but dadgone, it just makes me feel unworthy. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like that, but maybe that's got a lot to do. You know, I don't like gifts. I don't like exchanging gifts. I don't. I just don't. You know, uh, I don't know why I'm like that. And my family very rarely did we ever exchange gifts, you know, between the brothers and sisters and stuff. Now my dad's family, his brothers and sisters, my aunts and uncles, they was always exchanging gifts at Christmas and birthdays and stuff. But my family never did. Maybe that's got something to do with it. Maybe that's got something to do with it. All right. Jerry and Barb and my grandson just tell me, come in here and told me, yep, something from Mary Beth. And, oh boy, I might. Nah, I won't go there. I won't go there. Oh, Lord. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. I love y'all so much. And this video will be available in the morning for those that want to rewatch it or anything. I know my daughter goes, she watches it, but I think she mainly just puts it on her phone and lets it run just to get the ads in for me. I don't know if we're supposed to do that or not. I guess so. I got somebody else that lets them run. Hey, P. Dab, come here, baby. Say hi to my folks.
Hi.
Can I have a little hug? Thank you, baby boy. We still ain't had our talk. Are you coughing on me? All right. I love that, baby. All right, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side. Should be tomorrow, but no, tomorrow's Friday. It'll be Saturday. I will do the live on. I'll do the live on Saturday if I have to do it on my daughter's computer or my on Joey's computer. I can do it on that one. He's got a good one. I think he paid about $800 for that thing. He's very tight with his money, which I don't know many 20-year-olds that has $4,000 or $5,000 in the bank and is in no hurry to spend it. And he keeps money in there all the time. Ever since he got rid of, well, she got rid of him, but ever since he finally got over her, he's done right well. He's done right well. And he was making her car payments for her too. Boy, that really tore me up. But now she's making her own payments. Bless his heart. He was heartbroken. Oh, she said hey to Jay. All right, guys. I don't do Christmas or birthdays or have pictures taken. Well, that's perfectly all right, Jerry and Barb. I'm not big on Christmas either. Really not. All right, I'm out of here, guys. I love you. I'll see you. I'll see you Saturday evening. Bye.